at the Rotary, because nobody had ever heard of ATI.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you talked about that you guys had been in New York, how you had ties back to Indianapolis or Carmel.
Hey, everyone. Hi, sorry. I was just
We're chatting.
taking off my parka because it's a little chilly back here in our makeshift studio. Hi, I'm Cindy Collins, one of the co-founders of Actors Theater of Indiana. This is our weekly podcast, Lunch Break with ATI. Actors Theater of Indiana is the resident professional theater company at the Allied Center for the Performing Arts. You can't forget that Allied now. That's new. So anyway, so here we are, and I'm here with Cindy, but Cynthia also.
Well, both.
Right, Roberts-Greiner,
Yes.
one Cindy to another. And actually, Cindy just joined the ATI board.
Yes, I did.
I just found that out about 2 minutes ago.
It's new.
So
I just
she,
voted in.
brand new. So she is, listen, I'm not in the loop anymore, so I got to get my information from the new board members.
Yeah.
So anyway, she just joined the board. Fantastic.
Thank you.
I think
Thank
it's
you.
obviously going to be an asset
Yeah.
for ATI. But let me ask you, okay, so whatever,
Sure.
you're on the board, great. Now you're on the board of ATI. But before that, and you know Meg Osborne, she's the one that
Yes,
kind of
I
got
do.
you involved. Meg is the marketing director for ATI.
Yeah.
But okay, so let's go back.
Yes.
Let's go back to what is it you do? What makes you interested in not-for-profits, being on boards, because being on a board of a not-for-profit, that is 100% voluntary.
Yes.
Okay, that's not like a big corporation that you're on the board and go to a meeting once a year and have a retreat.
Yeah.
This is like,
It'd be nice if it was
that would be-
once a year and have a
that'd be
retreat.
nice, and you get paid. And you get paid.
Not for this. Yeah.
But not for not-for-profit boards. This is like you're in for a penny, in for a pound.
Yes.
And you actually have to, the company that you are on, that organization expects you to do.
Yes.
Either to give money or to physically do things, and give however you can to the company. But anyway, I digress. Where are you from? You from here?
Actually, I've lived in Carmel for 30 years, a little over 30 years.
Okay.
Moved all around. I was with Dow Chemical Company for the majority of my working, money-earning career.
Yeah.
So I worked for Dow for 28 years.
Wow.
And that brought me to Indianapolis from St. Louis, Missouri.
Okay.
Fell in love with Indianapolis, Carmel.
Right.
Moved in the same house, same neighborhood in Woodland
Wow.
Springs. And been involved in, watched the community grow.
Yeah.
You know, a lot.
And it has grown.
Yeah.
I mean, people who've been in Carmel a long time, I always say, hey, you've seen a lot of changes here in the
Yes.
past, definitely in the past 30 years, but just in the past 10
Yes.
years, I would say it really,
Ramped up.
whoa, it did. Like really. And it's still
Yeah.
ramping.
Growing.
Still ramping
Yes.
up. So you were with Dow. Now, when you were there, were you on other boards for not-for-profits? What got you into that?
Early on in my career,
know?
I was able to volunteer at a variety of things, but usually it was just for a day or a week or a specific event. And
Yeah.
then I was on the board for AFS. It's an exchange program for students, international students.
Oh, yeah.
And worked with that for many, many years while we were here in Carmel. And then eventually when I left Dow Chemical Company, it opened up the doors that I had more time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
worked with the Rotary Club and worked on the Carmel Fest board
Yeah.
for like 15 years.
Oh, my gosh. That's a lot. That's
It
a
was
huge fundraiser
fun.
for them.
Yes, it's a huge fundraiser for the Rotary and for
yeah,
Carmel, and it's a giant event, and it's a year-long process to plan.
Yeah, it is, because
So
it's huge and it's even bigger now.
it was wonderful to be part of and to watch it grow and evolve, and get to where we had partnerships with CBS TV, and
Oh, that's
it's
nice.
wonderful.
Are you still a member of Rotary?
Yes, still a member of Rotary.
Okay.
But the Carmel Fest kind of passed the baton on.
Okay, yeah.
And then I'm still on the board for the Carmel International Arts Festival, which
Yeah.
takes place in the end of September. And that's
Yes.
been fantastic.
Yeah.
What got me interested in ATI,
Yeah.
or any board, I guess any
Right,
board,
right.
it's one thing to do a short-term volunteer where you do a day or a week or a project or like the silent auction, but there comes a point where you want to get more involved. And it's not just the decision-making, but the direction that the organization is going in or growing in.
Right. Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And you have ideas, and also maybe friends come to you with ideas, and you think, okay, can I bring those to the table? Can I add something? And it's kind of like raising a child, like that kind
Yeah.
of commitment, but not quite as heavy duty.
Yeah, right.
Not quite as intense, but
Right.
you get to see it grow and feel like you made it happen, or were one of the many people that made it happen.
Right.
So it's very fulfilling.
Yeah.
And I think the probably the bigger thing that I've noticed when you're on a board versus just a volunteer for a day or a week. Still important, but you get to meet such delightful people that are all people that are committed to the community. And,
and everybody has, I mean, whether how they go about
Yes,
it,
yeah.
everybody is moving towards this,
Yeah.
hopefully towards the same goal.
Yeah.
You know, no matter how they, like I said, no matter how they approach it.
Yes.
You know, you all might have like some difference of opinions,
Sure.
which everyone has in the board
Yeah.
meetings. I've been in plenty of those board meetings, and everyone has a difference of opinion.
Yeah.
Everybody wants their say, but I think everybody is moving
Yeah.
towards the same thing to make the company
agree.
successful.
It's good to see people from different backgrounds, and then
Yeah.
you become fast friends, and then you start seeing them in the community, whether it's at the farmer's market or the grocery store, and it's amazing the ties that
Yeah.
you form. And
You were with the Rotary when, I'm sure, when Jack Badger was
oh yes, yes,
big,
yes.
big, but Mr.
Yeah.
Carmel.
And Jack Badger lived in our neighborhood.
Oh.
And so he was,
Oh.
he was always he wasn't on the board of in Woodland Springs, but he would
Yeah.
always come to board meetings. My husband was on the Woodland
Okay.
Springs or HOA board,
Okay.
and he would come to meetings with an idea or a suggestion. You know, Jack Badger was an incredible man.
Yeah, he really was.
And be like, hey, I want to do a planter box, and I'll do it myself.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
have
yeah.
new mailboxes that match.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So a lot of phenomenal ideas, but
Yeah.
and and he of course worked with the Badger Park, everything.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
it was
named
Jack
after
Badger.
his son.
Yes.
Yeah, right. I know. Yeah, that was a big deal.
Very.
Way before my time. Here.
Yes, this is before you guys
I
even started.
Didn't even, yeah.
Yeah.
But so okay, so
Yes.
then let me ask you something.
Sure.
So when you're growing up in St. Louis,
Actually,
Where'd you grow up?
I mentioned the St. Louis thing because I did live in St. Louis with Dad, but I actually was born in Brooklyn, New York. I know that's
my God, you're from my neck of the woods.
I know it's well at the.
Oh
I
my
usually lie about my age, but basically in my age category, over 50.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that 1 in 5 Americans was born at that time, not statistically anymore, in
Right.
Brooklyn, New York.
Yes.
So Brooklyn, New York, is where I hail from.
Yes.
Italian.
Thank you. Yeah. Oh my. Come
You can
on.
tell at the hand.
Bring
hand
it.
talking.
Bring it.
Yes. So then I moved around my entire life.
Right.
My dad was in real estate, and we moved.
So
a
you
lot.
grew up in Brooklyn. How old were you when you left there?
I left when I was 6 years old. So went to kindergarten. Lived on 20 Van Sicklen Street off Kings Highway in Brooklyn, which is now a booming area.
Oh, my niece is living there. Yeah,
It's,
it's a gorgeous apartment
evolved.
there.
Yeah, so it's evolved
Brooklyn
quite a
has,
bit.
yeah. I mean, Brooklyn was getting kind of, some of it was getting kind of upscale.
Yeah.
Oh, at least
It was
25,
downscale when I was
25,
there.
25 years ago.
Yeah.
Park Slope was really, really hot
Yeah.
when I lived there, and in on the island,
Yeah.
Manhattan. And I'm from Jersey.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was really hot, and now it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it seems like not just there in Brooklyn, but little pockets, of course,
Yeah.
always become more popular,
Yeah.
or become there's a resurgence in an area. That just happens in the 5 boroughs.
Yeah.
It's normal there. You know what I
I
mean?
mean, I still go cruise the neighborhood when I go to New York to
Yeah.
see a show or go to Broadway.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't help myself to go look, where my grandmother used to live, and all the
Of
grandmothers would be
course.
the ones that hang out the window
Of
asking,
course.
"Where are you going, little
Of
girl?" Like
course.
the neighborhood
Yeah,
watch
sure.
of Italian, Jewish,
Yes.
whatever grandmothers that were
Yeah.
looking out for the neighborhood and the kids.
Yeah.
I miss that part,
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah,
But
Even
still cool.
with all those places, there are neighborhood like.
Yeah.
I was my apartment was up on 190th Street,
Yeah.
and above Washington Heights,
Yeah.
and it's still my all-time favorite
Yeah.
place. And when I go home, I'll
Yeah.
go up there and hang out or stay in a friend's apartment, whatever. But every place has neighborhoods.
Yes.
You you got
Yes.
you have Brooklyn's, Queens, Manhattan, Long Island, Staten Island, but every place still has their little neighborhoods, and that's what I love
And
about.
I know it
that.
sounds odd. But
I mean, neighborhoods are just not in.
I don't know. I found,
In the
I
suburbs,
found them
you know?
Here, I guess I would say yes. Different than the grandmothers aren't hanging
Very
out the windows,
different.
and it's not apartment complexes. But
Very different.
I guess when we moved here from St. Louis, I thought, oh, we'll have a starter home, and then we'll move to the really ritzy area with high ceilings and the beautiful McMansion. But I fell in love with our little neighborhood, and I've had the same neighbors on the north of us, south of us, and behind us for 32
Oh my
plus
gosh,
years.
wow.
Which is strange.
It is, 'cause a lot of
it's
times
good.
neighborhoods
No, this
flip.
neighborhood, nobody leaves.
Yeah.
Well, no, people leave, but
Yeah.
I don't know, have a very strong bond. And I've seen that in other neighborhoods in Carmel that
Yeah.
we all know each other. You know, you say hi over the fence, you
yeah.
borrow things back and forth.
Yeah.
We know each other's
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah.
And we all watch out for each other's houses.
Yes.
And make
That's
sure
how
we're-
I grew up.
Yeah, we feel very safe. And
Every time my parents went on vacation,
Yeah.
I told the neighbors, we're going on vacation.
yeah, we do the
know
same.
We're
We
not
tell
going to be
all
home.
the neighbors, like, okay,
They told my
we're taking
parents.
off.
It was
Yeah.
the same thing.
Or who's
yeah.
coming in and out of the house, who's visiting.
Yes.
And I know that sounds
I still do
odd.
that now.
I do that.
I do. I thought neighbor listen, we're going, and they'll tell us.
Yeah,
They're like, "Oh,
yeah.
we're going to be away for a few," and we're like, "Okay, got it."
And I know, and I know Carmel's growing and evolving, and there's new people coming in all the time, which is great.
yeah.
It brings new
Yeah,
and
it is.
different things to the community. But I do like the sense of belonging. I want to like stay in my house forever.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to move. Moving
Yeah,
is stressful.
I never want to move.
No, your father was in real estate.
Yeah, for years and years and years.
So when
he
you
was
left
a real estate
Brooklyn, where
company.
did you go?
Miami, Florida. So went to Miami.
Like a
and then
military
all over
kid.
like a military kid.
So did you go because of your father being in
Yes,
real
he
estate?
was with the corporation at the time, Gulf American Corporation.
Okay.
And he was the sales trainer. So it'd be like shipped every 2 years. We'd move
Oh, my
somewhere new.
God.
Miami, Cape Coral, Texas, Las Vegas, back to Hollywood, Florida, kind of bopping all around.
What?
And wound up in Sevierville, Tennessee when I was in high school. I know that sounds weird. My
my
dad
God.
always promised us that when we got to high school, we'd stay
Wow.
in one place for 4 years.
Yeah, that's
so you could
hard
be at
for
the
a
same high
kid.
school.
I mean, was it, or did you learn how to acclimate faster? Right?
Yes and no, I have only a couple of friends that I would call my childhood friends because I didn't stay with them for very long.
Yeah.
But maybe parents, friends, kids.
Yeah.
So I don't have that same kind of connection that a lot of people do. But in high school, it was great to be in the same place, and it was Sevierville, Tennessee.
Right.
I'd learned by that point, to quickly find a friend and find someone to eat lunch with. So you weren't alone in the lunchroom.
hard.
It's like the kid plan of like, can I borrow a pencil? Oh, let's sit together for
That's
lunch. hard.
though.
But in the Sevierville, Tennessee connection, my parents fell in love with the Great Smoky Mountains and
yeah,
stayed.
it is
and
pretty.
still have my parents are no longer with us, but
Yeah.
my sisters still live in Tennessee. I have 5 sisters. They're all over, but some are
So
still
there
in
were
Tennessee.
6 of you
Yes,
moving around the country.
everywhere.
Like gypsies.
Gypsies.
My God.
But it was great.
Yeah.
So saw a lot of the country, did a lot of things, and
You were basically on tour all the time.
not exactly like the acting role,
Right.
but kind of.
Oh my
kind of a little bit.
gosh. Yeah.
But the Cerebral connection is what drew me to the 9 to 5 show that you guys
Oh, sure. Dolly Parton,
because
sure.
of Dolly Parton. And
Sure,
I know 9
sure.
to 5 is not taking place in Sevierville, Tennessee, but I
No.
know I didn't go to high school with Dolly Parton,
Oh,
but
right.
she went to the high school where I did.
Oh
go.
my gosh.
She'd already graduated, and she comes back to Tennessee quite often.
Yeah, well,
She has Dollywood.
Dollywood. I mean, she's there. She's there quite often.
I was just there for Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
and,
I
of
hear
course,
it's
had to cruise
pretty
Dollywood.
amazing.
It's beautiful. I mean, I guess it's a little touristy, but
Yeah.
it's great, and she's done so much for the community. So it made me sort of zero in on the 9 to 5 show, knowing she wrote the music. It'd be lovely if she came up here to visit.
Wouldn't that be nice?
She's taking a
I'm
break.
sure everybody who does that production
Like,
is like,
hello,
I'm sure
Dolly.
everyone who does it is
I
like,
can't
hey, maybe
call her.
Dolly Parton will show up. Okay, she's kind of busy.
Yeah, she's a little bit
She's
busy
a little
right now,
busy.
with
Oh,
everything going on. But
right.
It drew me to that show, and then I thought, okay, how can I get more involved with ATI?
Yeah.
And then somehow got not somehow,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
got asked to at least apply for the board,
Right.
and just voted in a week ago. 2
Well,
weeks
that's
ago.
nice, and I'm glad.
Thank
I'm
you.
glad that you did that, and I think, like I said, I think the board, I think it'll be a
Yeah.
real asset. I think it's to have people like you. Your energy is fantastic.
Hopefully,
And you-
I can make
Well, and you're and you're not just you don't seem like a person that just sits back and you know what I mean.
usually not. That's why I'm
You-
hoping I don't get kicked off.
No, you won't. Believe me, you won't. If you're in there, you
Yeah.
know, and you're, I think that's great. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nobody just wants someone sitting there,
I agree.
you know, just to say I'm on the board.
Yeah,
You know, you have to do something. You have to do, like
Yeah.
I said.
I agree.
And that's what the not-for-profit boards are. You gotta get in there.
Well, and
You
there's so
do.
many, and I get it how
Oh, they are.
We all have really busy lives, and it's hard to say, oh, I'll join this board. But I sort of had to give up some of my day volunteer things that were shorter term volunteer things. I've kept some that I am passionate about, but
Yeah.
being part of, at least now on 2 boards, Carmel National Arts Fest board
Right.
and just joining the ATI board,
Right.
it does give you just your sense of that you're doing something within the community, and it's longer term. So you're not dedicating like many hours as you would as at work.
Right,
But,
right.
You know, you're meeting monthly.
Yeah.
probably doing some things in between. It does
Yeah.
not take over your life.
No.
But
No,
does
it
give
really
you-
doesn't.
No, I mean, you're more involved.
But you get out of it what you put into it, just like anything.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you're the ground floor, and well, ATI has been around for 20,
I think 20 years
20
now.
years. I think you hit 20 years.
It's the 20th season.
Yeah, so this is the 20th season. So you're almost 20 years.
Think.
And it's,
Maybe next year is the 20th season.
yeah, so it's
Not
as
sure.
Carmel's evolving, I'm sure ATI is looking for what direction do you go in next? Where's the next step up? And
Yeah, I
don't
think
know.
for any theater company, it's what's the next step. You always
Yeah.
have to stay one step ahead with the arts because they're very volatile.
Agreed.
There's really nothing, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's always pretty precarious.
Well, it's interesting. I've seen more and more people know about ATI that, and buy season tickets, go
That's
to
good.
shows.
Yeah, yeah.
The shows have continuously improved. I guess they're always professional, but even
Yeah,
more people,
always.
bigger productions, and fun
Yeah.
to go to.
I mean,
so
this
enjoyable.
season, Judy Fitzgerald and Darren Morell are
Yeah.
Judy's now the producer and
Yeah.
artistic director, and Darren's the associate artistic director, and they've picked a really good season this season.
Yeah.
And next season, because I begged Judy to tell me, I'm like,
just
just throw
read- I
me a
just
bone,
read
tell
that.
me what it is.
Yeah.
I won't say anything. It's a really good season.
Yeah,
Next
it
season
sounded
that they
fantastic.
picked. And that's right. You if you were on the board, you
I
had
just,
you guys
I just,
had,
I just got
yeah.
the
So you
email.
didn't have to approve
I haven't
it, but I'm
memorized
sure
it.
you
It's still
know.
a secret.
I'm sure
I
you
didn't
know.
get to approve
I can't say anything, but it really does seem like a really
know.
cool season that they picked. So I was like, good, kudos. I'm like,
Well,
excellent.
it's interesting. I mean, for me, I just joined, so I'm new to all this. But that process you have to go through, that you're so far in advance.
You have to be.
Choosing a show and then
Yep.
getting the rights to the
That's
show,
right.
which is not free.
It's
Unless
far-
it's Shakespeare.
far
maybe.
from it. It's far from it.
I'd never put that together.
Yeah.
The costs behind
It's a lot of cost,
things.
especially for musicals. It's a
yes.
high cost.
So the rights to do it, I should
Mm-hmm.
have realized that maybe from seeing Carmel High School productions where my kids were in school, that
Yeah.
you can't just suddenly, I'm going to do the play and just
No.
memorize it. But
Yeah.
getting the rights to the play
And
choosing.
everyone, no matter what it is, from high
Yeah.
schools to professional
Yeah.
theater companies to, everyone pays for the rights
Yeah.
and royalties.
I mean,
There's
it's
nobody's, you know.
another, level,
Yeah.
obviously,
Yeah, yeah.
the professional theater level. But I'm hoping to see it just, I know there's the 4 shows are planned for next year, which is great. And looking forward to, I don't know if that 4 to 5 will be the right number every year, or maybe it's more. I really don't know.
I don't know either.
I'm too new.
I don't either. You're going to know more than I know.
I will.
Trust me.
Hopefully, as I immerse myself.
You're
I'm
in the inner sanctum now,
trying
Cindy.
to. But it's so far the board members I've met, John Murphy, who's the president,
John's awesome.
and Brian, who is the executive director,
Mm-hmm.
are both fantastic. And I'm just getting to know the other board members, kind of just the hello and got voted in.
Yeah, yeah, and I think there's another new guy, Dominic.
Yes.
I don't know
and,
him, but Judy really likes him.
Yes.
And yeah, I think there are a few new people.
Yeah. And there's always, I mean, if people are interested or think, I'd like to know more about it, there's always a need for people to come in on
But
any
that
board.
is the board members' job. Spread
Yes,
the word. Spread the
spread
word.
the
If you do
word.
nothing else,
Yes.
get the word out there about the company and bring people to
Yeah,
shows.
yes.
That's what we always said when
Yeah.
I said, bring people to see the product.
Yes.
Nobody's going to invest in a product they don't know.
Agreed.
You have to see the product. That's the main number one thing, in my humble opinion,
I agree. And
is to see the product.
And that's what got me. Is that I realized I'd been going to different places in downtown Indianapolis, and the Palladium came into fruition.
Sure.
And I wasn't really going to as many places I thought I would be in Carmel. This is
Yeah.
going back 10 years or so.
Yeah.
I thought, okay, it's time to really get involved. And I started going to a few of the shows at ATI, and I was bowled over. I was like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
this is great.
Yeah.
That it was phenomenal. I saw the Patsy Cline show. I don't know if it was called Patsy Cline show. but the
Always
one that was-
Patsy
that
Cline.
Always Patsy. It was
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Where is it? Back here
I'm sure it's in
somewhere.
there. Oh yeah, always Patsy Cline. And I was just knocked my socks off.
Yeah.
And the Ring of Fire. I thought was,
yep,
that was this year.
That was the first one this season.
And
yeah.
unbelievable. I'd seen it at a theater in Abington, Virginia. So
Yeah.
I knew the premise,
Yeah.
but didn't know if it would be pulled off like to my expectation,
Yeah.
and it was beyond that.
Yeah, they were good.
Oh, it was, Johnny Cash band.
Yeah,
Who isn't a Johnny
It's
Cash
all
fan?
in there.
Yeah, so just to know more about his life, but
Yeah.
to see it produced
Yeah.
locally in Carmel, Indiana,
I know.
is kind of cool.
I know.
So I loved our commitment as a city and people in the arts.
Yeah, I think that's the visual and performing arts here.
Yes.
I think that's. I think
on
it's
all
kudos
different
to Mayor
levels.
Brainerd. He's
Yeah,
the one that made all
I
that
agree.
happen. Jim Brainerd, the ex-mayor. He made it all happen. You got to give him credit. You
And I
know.
think it'll continue. I mean, people that are on, well, the new mayor, of course.
Yeah.
But the people that are on the different committees and the city council all realize that it makes us kind of more rounded community to offer these kind of things
Yeah.
within Carmel.
Brings people
Great
in.
restaurants, fun shops, and
Yeah.
theater at all levels
Yeah.
is phenomenal.
Yeah,
I
I
still
agree.
go downtown, Indianapolis, but
Well, of course you should. And you should, because there's a variety to be had.
Yes,
And
yes.
and so you take advantage of it. You know.
but
All
it's
right.
nice to see us
I'm going to
evolving.
cut us. I'm going to cut us.
Okay.
Oh my God, we've been like, this is a
know,
long
sorry.
conversation. No, I like it. I like it. I don't mind it at all.
Yeah.
But anyway, listen, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And
You're welcome.
thank you for joining us, Lunch Break with ATI. The next show of ATI's is not until next year. It's Who Done It? It's a murder mystery. So that's the next show. And then after that will be 9 to
9 to
5,
5.
closing out the season. And then after
Yes.
that is Titanic, the musical
Oh, at the
Titanic,
Palladium.
2 nights at the Palladium. I think that's in June. So,
Yes, and that'll be phenomenal.
let's hope. So, here's hoping.
Yeah.
Keep hope alive.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for joining us, Cindy Collins, Cindy Roberts-Greiner,
Greiner.
the new board member of ATI, and living in Carmel for 30 years in the same house. So, because
Thank you.
her father was in real estate and she doesn't want to move
And
anymore.
I love my real estate.
All right. So thank you so much, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Sure.